We knew that the Fei-Lao XP farm was going to produce some crazy Shade Watch numbers, some of which are starting to get splashed over on Twitter, but some of the tag-ins I received earlier today makes me wonder if we have Super Saiyan agents living among us. What's going on, everybody? This is LtBuzzLitebeer, and welcome back to the channel. And the drama around the XP bans continues to swirl around the Division 2. Now, I've tried to cover both sides of it, the players that did not use the exploit and the players that did, and all along the way, I've weighed in on the argument. You know where I stand. I am never for bans unless a player is, 1, using external software, or 2, a player is using an in-game exploit to grief other players. But nevertheless, the Division 2 has opted for the full nuke option, which, if I remember correctly, did not go well for them the last time they decided to deploy it. Anyways, let's start off today on a happier note. When I logged in earlier today, and by the way, I was able to log in earlier today to try to knock out some of the Bantam League requirements, you know, those weak points destroyed and the True Sons Elite's kills, and the game was stable. So whatever was done yesterday to make it behave so poorly, you know, I posted that video over on Twitter, at least for me, whatever it was seems to have corrected itself. My PC didn't sound like a 747 at takeoff. I was seeing stable frame rates at 60 FPS on full ultra settings. And in general, it was playing more like I remember it before Season 9 ever went live and all the PC crash misery began. I was able to squad up for about 45 minutes to hit some heroic control points, of course, True Sons, and that difficulty seems to bring all the elites out onto the battlefield, so we were knocking out those kill requirements. Weak points is a bit touchier. I've been hitting them with the Scorpio to kind of stun lock them, and then switching over to something like a rifle to hit those weak points like their ammo belts. But another decent option is to equip the Demolisher Firefly and target as many enemies as possible before letting that thing go. If they have a weak point, the Firefly will hit it and hopefully destroy it, netting you another weak point destroyed. It will take you a bit of time to get them all completed, but with a bit of grinding, you will get there. And speaking of grinding, perfect segue, right? Holy shit, nope. The agent photos I am seeing posted over on Twitter, especially showing off those shade ranks, are just crazy. Here's an example sent to me by Red Kunai, and thank you for sending me this. I took a look at the one photo showing off a shade rank of 940,536, which I still can't believe I am saying that large of a number in relation to a shade rank, but here it is. And by the way, all of this is shady AF. Now, this really reminds me of the exact build I recorded griefing players in the Dark Zone when I posted that Dark Zone hacker video. But once I saw that shade rank, I started to do some basic math based on a Division 2 short video that popped up in my recommendations showing a player using a Kronos script and the Tombs mission final encounter. Long story short, the player hops the wall, drops an EMP jammer, and then kills themselves with a fire sticky, and it's all set to a script, so it's programmed into the Kronos, and the player just leaves it alone while it does its thing in the background. Again, like Fei-Lao, this is something I do not recommend doing. Anyways, take a look at this tweet I posted. As you can see, I cranked up the old Division game shade rank calculator. That Tombs video boasts 1 shade rank every 5 minutes. Of course, there's 60 minutes per hour. Divided by 1 shade rank per 5 minutes equals 12 shade ranks per hour if you do this Tombs video farm. Anyway, this player's boasting 940,536 shade rank. Let's divide that by 12 shade ranks per hour. That's going to equal a total, listen to this, of 78,378 hours played. What? Anyway, take that number, 78,378 hours divided by 24 hours in a day. That's going to equal a paltry 3,265.75 days played. And oh, by the way, the Division 2 has only been live for 1,479 days. Of course, all of this is not obtainable. It's all super high sus fiction, and then it gets even more insane as IP Strider Lord, one of our awesome Discord mods, reminded me that the Shade Watch was, again, introduced later in the game's life, which I had initially overlooked in my calculations. WONI was when we got our Shade Watches, and that began on March the 2nd, 2020. So that initial 1,479 days since the Div 2 had been live and launched is reduced down to 1,123 days, and that's actually when we got the Shade Watches live into the game, meaning this player would have to average, listen to this number, 837.52 Shade ranks per day ever since March the 2nd, 2020, which is, what? That's not happening. Hopefully the Division 2 team can start to sweep out the trash, rollbacks, whatever's needed, because at a shade rank like this, assuming that the player does go into PvP, they would have an advantage once their armor is broken, because that kind of health pool, even if you were nailing them with a fully maxed out AR, which of course has health damage, even then, that gives this player a ton of cushion once all their armor is gone and broken. Anyways, I'm still chuckling at that 940k shade rank. This is probably a good place to go ahead and call this one. I think we will start to see players posting legit band screenshots starting very soon, and of course I will be watching this one as it all unfolds. As always, leave me your feedback in the comment section below. Remember to smash that sub button and ring the bell to receive my latest upload alerts. If you could take a few seconds more to rate and or share this video, it would be greatly appreciated. You can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and over in my open community Discord server, links to all of which can be found in the video description and pinned comments below. Huge shout out to the over 115,000 of you that have taken that leap and smashed that sub button, and as always, a huge thank you to the Buzz Battalion patrons over on Patreon. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.